Hello, I can't believe it's been 3 weeks since I last did this, and I'm sorry for ducking out of that last week, but if you can hear, my voice is not great at the moment. Last week I was full of lurgy and my voice was almost completely gone. And for anybody who knows my history with my voice, I have to be really careful. So I will try and keep it quite quick, not only because of my voice, and I've already just been on live radio on BBC Radio Sheffield talking about happiness and positive psychology, and therefore really need to be careful with my voice, but also because I still need to pack. And as soon as my husband Simon comes back from work, having taken the afternoon off, then we'll be driving off to Edinburgh as it's my birthday tomorrow. I do have a bit of campaign related stuff to do tomorrow, but at least we'll get an evening in Edinburgh and a bit of a morning together before I have to do that. So I will make it as quick as possible and hope he doesn't walk back in just as I'm doing this live video. So weight update first of all. Well, let's give you the good news first of all. So I've not lost a lot since the last time we spoke 3 weeks ago, but I have lost a total, so I've probably lost about a kilo, I think, since 3 weeks ago. But I've lost a total of 28.5 kilos since the pre-op diet in September, since my well, the pre-op diet was in November, but since my heaviest weight in September, that's 63 pounds, if you think in pounds, or 4.5 stones exactly. And since the operation 13 weeks ago, I've lost 21.8 kilos, that's 48 pounds, or 3 stone 6. So I'm going to just try and not trip over a chair and just do something that I haven't done on these videos before and just go ta-da and do a bit of a reveal. So here we go. I mean, clearly still a fair bit to lose, but I think we can agree that I have lost a fair bit. I think there's a lot of this still, there's a lot of everything, but I think particularly here I'm getting a waist again, so I'm very happy. So challenges though, it's been quite frustrating the last couple of weeks. I came off my blood pressure medication, and that included my diuretics, and suddenly I started putting weight on, and I wasn't changing anything. I was exercising loads, I was still eating the tiny baby amounts that I've been eating, and suddenly I started putting weight on. Even when I didn't look massively, I thought like I had water retention. However, it would appear that it is water retention. I am getting a bit more of a cankle thing going on again, and I've noticed that when I measure myself as well, that, you know, my calves are bigger and my waist circumference is bigger. So I am still retaining water, but obviously, I mean, I was trying to explain it to my husband yesterday. So I'd got to this weight, and then the water retention kicked in and took me here. So okay, that means that I've theoretically, you know, on the scales put weight on, but eventually my weight would have to, you know, as I'm still losing, eventually, even with the water retention, I would be back where I was and then keep going. So that seems to be what's happening. I am now back to the lowest weight I was a couple of weeks ago. So the water retention seems to have now just, you know, caught up, so that although I'm still retaining a bit of water, my weight is now finally showing a loss again. So this week I'm feeling a lot happier about that. But that really leads me to my positive psychology topics of the day, because I want to talk about the character strengths of perseverance and hope, and I want to talk about the importance of positive relationships and love. Hope and perseverance. When you're getting to a point when things get difficult, when it seems that your efforts are not paying off, you really need to tap into those resourceful strengths of hoping that things will still work out, and of actually persevering with what you're doing if you know in your heart of hearts that what you're doing is the right thing. Now, I'm noticing that with my campaign activities politically. You know, there have been times over the past few weeks where it's felt a bit hopeless, where it's felt like things were going really flat, and I can rely on other campaigners. We can G each other up and keep that hope going and keep persevering, because we know in our hearts of hearts that we are doing the right things. Now, the other side of that, of course, from a weight loss perspective, I knew that it was too early to have hit a plateau, and a plateau shouldn't really have meant gaining weight. But you know, I was still worried. Of course I was worried. I was very frustrated, as people close to me will know. But I held on to that hope that if I carried on doing the same things instead of doing what I've done in the past when I've hit things like this and just self-sabotage, if I kept doing the right things, I had to hope that it would pay off and persevere and it would work. And hopefully that seems to be happening, which then takes me on to positive relationships. Well, the people that have helped me with this, you know, are the people closest to me, my friends and my family, and also a brilliant support group. And there's the phone. We'll just ignore the phone while it's ringing. Hopefully you can still hear me, and it'll stop in a moment. So just dance along to it. There we go. So friends and family, people closest to me, and also I'm in a wonderful online closed group of wonderful ladies. A lot of them are professional speakers like me, and we all have different health goals, different objectives that we want to reach, and we support each other. And they've been really, really supportive as I've kind of shared my frustrations on a Monday morning as I've stood on the scales, and yet again I'd put weight on instead of losing. So I'm looking forward to hopefully on Monday being able to give them some good news, but I'm really grateful that they've stuck with me and given me that support and that reassurance that it would work out, and helped bolster my hope and my perseverance. But talking in the wider context of positive relationships, have a look at a TEDx video by Robert Waldringer, where he talks about the quality of positive relationships. And this is fascinating stuff, because he talks about a study that has been going on. I've got some figures, so I want to get these right. A study that's been going on for a very, very long time now. And he's kind of second or third generation, I suppose, if not more, researcher working on this study that's been going on. It's been going on now for 75 years. It initially involved 724 men. Now it involves over 2,000 children of those original 724 men. And they're still studying the importance of relationship to aspects such as physical health and mental health. And what they've found is that social connections are really good for human beings. We end up being happier, healthier, and live longer lives when we have not just lots of social connections, it's about the quality of those social connections. And also that loneliness, sadly, does kill. There are more rapid and physical brain declines in people who are lonely, and they ultimately have shorter lives. So I don't want to depress you, but it doesn't matter how many friends you have, it's about the quality of those friendships or the relationships you have with your family members. And that's what matters. So stay connected to people that matter to you. Make the effort to be there for them, and for them to be there for you as well. And spend time with people that matter, and doing things that matter, because the quality of those relationships is what's really important. And you know, I sometimes am conscious that I'm neglecting friendships. The last few weeks I've made a real effort to reconnect with people, and see some friends that I haven't seen for a while, as much as I can within the time that I have. But I'm very conscious of that being so important. And that leads me to love, of course. It was Valentine's Day yesterday, so let's talk about love, but not just romantic love, but love for yourself and love for other human beings. And Barbara Fredrickson, who I've mentioned before in the context of a research into the power of positive emotions and her broaden and build theory, has also written a fantastic book called Love 2.0. Half of the book is theory, research, giving you the background, and the other half is activities and things that you can do. And she talks about love being the supreme positive emotion. And if you think about the broaden and build theory and what we were talking about in terms of positive emotions, bolstering our internal resources, broadening our horizons, the way we think, the way we act, the way we behave, how it can improve our relationships with other people, open us up to more relationships and better relationships, and also how it can undo the how positive emotions can undo the effects of build-up of cortisol through prolonged stress. Then looking at the supreme, as she calls it, positive emotion of love is really important. And she talks about micro moments of connection. So smiling at another human being as you cross in a corridor, just having that little hello, how are you doing, and actually meaning that, you know, how are you? Maybe carrying a bag for somebody, or holding a door open, or just having a shared joke that can sometimes be, you know, infinitesimal. All of these things are micro moments of connection that really matters, and we can really focus on those. We can capitalise on those and make sure we make them happen. You know, we can proactively smile at people, talk to more strangers, say hello to people as we walk into a shop, strike up a conversation with the checkout assistant while we're packing our bags, all of these things. But also the strongest, the most amazing intervention in terms of love and bolstering that positive emotion that she talks about in Love 2.0 is through doing a loving kindness meditation. So I'm going to do a mini plug here because I'd like to take you through a very short loving kindness meditation. So this is Character Toolkit for Teachers, and you might be seeing it in reverse here. I'm not quite sure how the camera's picking it up, but this is the book I wrote with my friend and colleague and co-founder of RWS, Resilience, Wellbeing, Success, Elizabeth Wright. This is aimed at primary school teachers, so I'm going to read it, and the meditation might sound a little bit more like something you would do with a child, but that's the beauty of it. Loving kindness meditation, you can do that at any age, so we've written this for primary school children. So what I'd like you to do is, if you can bear with me, close your eyes and think of someone you really care about. Think of someone you love. It might be a family member or a friend or even your family pet. It doesn't matter. Just think of someone that really matters to you. And think about what makes this person or this pet even special to you. And as you think about this person and have your eyes closed, hold your hands over your heart while you picture this person or this pet in your mind. So imagine this special person. Imagine what they look like, the clothes they wear, their face. Think about how lovely it feels to hug this person and to see them being really happy. Imagine this person doing something that they absolutely love doing. Maybe they like to cook or draw or play a sport or an instrument. Imagine that as they're doing the one thing that they really love, you walk up to them and give them a hug filled with huge amounts of love. Imagine all of that love gathering in your heart. It's waiting to burst out. And now you're going to, in your mind, release that love and send it out towards this person that you really care about. And now, still with your eyes closed, while you're imagining this love going out to the person you really care about, say to yourself, you can say this in your head or you can say it out loud, may you be happy, healthy and strong. And really send that thought out to this special person. And this is our suggestion, mine and Elizabeth's from our book, but Fredrickson and Zaltzberg in their book in their presentation in 2017 at a conference I was at, were actually using the phrase, may you be safe, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you live with ease. So whichever you feel more comfortable with, you can make up your own words. And so this is the very basic loving kindness meditation. You can do this towards yourself as well. Get all this love to gather up in your heart and direct it towards yourself. And you can direct it, you can do little mini loving kindness meditations and say the phrase, may you be happy, healthy and strong in your head as you walk past a stranger. Or perhaps as you see an acquaintance but that you don't know so well. Somebody that you work with, a co-worker, or somebody that's in the public eye but that you don't personally know. Your entire family, the whole world, you know, I mean, the world needs love at the moment. And if you feel like really challenging yourself, although I think the biggest challenge for a lot of people is frankly doing this towards themselves, but if you feel like really challenging yourself, you could do this towards somebody that you don't like at all, or somebody who's really, really annoyed you lately. And doing that loving kindness meditation, according to Barbara Fredrickson in her book Love 2.0, is the most powerful way of benefiting and gathering all of this positive emotion of love. So I will leave you with that. Have a wonderful, love-filled weekend, and I hope you'll practice the loving kindness meditation. Look after yourself, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. Bye.